Hi guys, well, a few people have been asking me how the rifle turned out, how the rifle stock turned out for the TX200, and there it is. As I said, I ended up selling this stock because I actually sold the rifle, or the action of the rifle, and the guy who bought that bought the stock as well. And cheers Chris for lending it to me to show people how it looked when it was finished. It's a lovely rifle, this. The TX200 is a British rifle, British air rifle, and it's powerful and really accurate, but it is quite heavy, and I found that, you know, walking around for hours and hours and holding that up to your shoulder, it starts really telling on my arms now. So I ended up buying a lighter rifle, so I no longer needed this stock. I've brought it outside, so it's just better light, and hopefully you can see things better now. So how the basket weave turned out. Oh, quite a few people have tried doing this. It looks difficult, and it probably is quite difficult once you start it, but you know, you just need a bit of practice. You see the buzzard diving onto the rabbit. Turn the stock around. It's just kind of the plain side really, but it does show the grip carving really nice. And I like the way everything kind of finishes on this and comes around. You can see you know, where the finger grips are. And I just kind of took everything around and brought it back onto there, so it's all really symmetrical and flows. That was the piece I ended up letting in, a piece of spalted sycamore to match the back. I said it had toned down in colour, and it has done quite a lot. And the stock has gone quite a bit darker probably since the last video, quite a bit darker in colour. And Chris had a little bit of an accident with this, didn't you Chris? Because it got dropped from a great height, landed on a steel radiator I believe, and he kind of broke a lump off the fore end of the stock. But it's been repaired, and maybe you can spot it, maybe you can't. Oh. There's the shoulder, the cheek piece. So however it is fellas, hope you like it. That little logo there is mine, maker's mark. And that's it. There's the stock basket weave. I think that's one of the best pieces of kind of relief carving I've ever done actually. It feels absolutely fantastic that when you're holding it. It's got a lovely grip to it, really has. And that stippling on the hand grip, it makes really good connect with the stock. So yeah, it's a lovely rifle, it's a lovely stock. I know Chris has been using it, but I don't think he wants to take it out too much really, in case he damages it. But I know he has taken it out and used it. And that's originally, like I said, what I made it for and what it was intended for. So there we go. There she is, all finished. I still have another stock to make for my S410, which I will get around to at some point. It's not kind of priority at the moment because I very rarely use the rifle anyway, and it's mostly for just target shooting in the garden now. I did have I was going doing some like pest shooting on a mate's farm. There was a lot of rats moving in around the farm, and I used to go there a year or so back and that's, you know, we'd end up doing a lot of walking around the farm, around the buildings and that, shooting the rats. But that's when I decided to get a lighter rifle, because this, after 2 hours of walking around, and at night this thing started getting really heavy. That's why I went over to the S410, the gasser, which is a lot lighter. But anyway, since then the rats situation has sort of calmed down. He's been putting a lot of poison down and traps, and they're sort of virtually non-existent now, so I guess I don't do a lot of shooting anymore. I still like the rifle though. So that's it guys, there's the update for the rifle, all done. I'm just going to show you the W2 knife now. That's finished and I've made a sheath for it, so we'll get that. Let's look at the buzzard for you. Now let's look at the basket weave. And there's the little knife in W2. I made this kind of stacked leather sheath for it to hold it, with a belt loop and a pin clip, snap clip, sorry, on there. You can see the mosaic pins on there, made them as well. Nice little pins. It's a piece of brass tubing with just some mild steel and brass pins. Oh no, sorry, they were stainless steel and brass pins, very small ones just inside there. So I don't know if this hamon is going to show in the sunlight. That's how the knife ended out. And I put some red liners just at the side of the scales. The scales are actually spalted beech, which are stabilised, and I kind of like it because there's a fungal stain in the wood there, and I did that on purpose because I sort of wanted it to kind of mimic the hamon pattern. Now I might have to take the hamon inside to show you this, because I don't know if it'll be that visible. You can maybe see it there. It's not as nice as I would have liked it to be, because the ashy, the frosty white line, I believe is called the ashy line, and I wanted that to have some little frosted legs coming down off it, but they are visible, and maybe the camera can't pick them up, but you can actually see them very, very faint and ghost-like in the steel. But all in all, it is a beautiful effect, the hamon. I really like anything that kind of changes the appearance of a knife, especially, you know, in the steel. I absolutely love it, I do. So that was my first attempt at a hamon in W2, and I did get a hamon obviously, but not quite the hamon I wanted to. So there's a few things, I'm going to do some more of these, well obviously, so there's a few different techniques and methods I'm going to try to further, you know, bring out the hamon. I'll take it inside. I probably won't know what it's like this until I edit it. I can see that in the viewfinder, so I guess you're going to be able to see that okay. I could have probably spent another maybe day polishing this steel, and from what I've read and looked at, you know, everything, it's all in the polishing really, and I got to a point in this where I figured really the hamon that I've got, I'm not going to improve on it. I don't think I'm going to be able to bring out, I don't think I'm going to be able to bring it out any better than I have done. So that's kind of when I stopped the polishing then. And there are a few minute scratches on the surface of this. You can see them now in here, and really, you know, this steel is so polished that you rub it with your finger and it virtually scratches the steel. And the hamon, I tried it various ways. I tried it with ferric chloride, and that brought the hamon out straight away, the ferric chloride, but I did not like it at all. So I ended up doing the hamon in lemon juice and a couple of wipes with vinegar and then with lemon juice, and that's what we got. That's what came out. You see the little red liners? It's a lovely little knife, it really is. Just the right size for just, you know, just general use, everyday use. I've not put an edge on it yet, but it's really tough, this steel. And someone's going to be very pleased with that. Another look at the timber, the stabilised spalted beech. And again, this was kind of a rotten old stump I found in a log pile. But it's amazing what you can find in rotten log piles. You know, some beautiful timber in there. It takes some searching, but it's there. It's another axe head I've finished, and I'm pretty sure this axe head was the one that was in the last video I did on forging an axe. But I've just put the haft on it, and I've let a piece of laburnum into the back end. Looks quite nice. Might do a bit of carving on this as well, a bit of wood carving. There's a couple of brass pins there, just going straight through to hold it all together. And I've done a bit of etching on the steel as well. Is that visible? I think so. Yeah, there you go. Just done a little bit of etching. Looks quite nice, that. I just picture I found on the internet on a image search, and I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do some more over the top, and obviously I'll do the same image on that side as well. And that's just metal etching with salt water and 9-volt battery, or 12-volt battery actually I used. And you put a resist on and you just etch through and etch into the steel. So yeah, it's quite nice that. I've just got to put the pegs in the top, peg it all out. But before I do that, like I say, I'm going to do a little bit of carving on there, I think. Maybe just carve into that. But yeah, just something else. Right fellas, that's it for now. I'll see you soon.